Your cat has already mapped you, not the version of you that shows up to work, not the version that laughs at parties, not the version that says it's fine, the real one, the one that lives in your body. Attachment researchers have a term for the invisible pattern you bring into every close relationship. They call it your attachment style, and your cat, without knowing the word, responds to it every single day. There are 4 main styles: secure, anxious, avoidant, and disorganized. You developed yours in the first years of your life. You've been running it ever since. Number 1, secure attachment. If you have a secure attachment style, your nervous system is relatively at home in the world. You don't brace when someone gets close. You don't collapse when they pull away. Your cat reads this as baseline safety. Not excitement, not urgency, just steadiness. And steadiness is the single thing a cat most wants from a human. Cats with securely attached owners tend to choose proximity without demanding it. They sit near you, not on you. They follow you between rooms, but don't panic when you disappear into one. A 2019 study from Oregon State University found that cats with securely attached owners had lower cortisol levels. They spent more time in proximity to their owner without soliciting attention. They didn't need to ask, they already knew the answer. If this is your style, your cat has what researchers call a secure base. You are where they return from, not where they escape to. Number 2, anxious attachment. If you have an anxious attachment style, your nervous system is wired for vigilance around closeness. You track the relationship. You notice small changes. You're very good at reading other people, because you've had to be. Your body broadcasts this. Not loudly, but cats are extremely sensitive to elevated cortisol in breath and skin. They can smell what you can't say. The anxiously attached person often loves intensely and needs that love confirmed. They want their cat close. They pick the cat up when the cat hasn't asked. They interpret the cat walking away as rejection. Here's what the cat experiences: an owner who sometimes feels like a request. Over time, cats with anxiously attached owners develop what's called ambivalent attachment in return. They want contact, but they also retreat from it. They are not being difficult. They are being a mirror. Number 3, avoidant attachment. If you have an avoidant attachment style, you learnt early that needing people was a risk. That self-sufficiency was safer than dependence. Your nervous system knows how to function alone. Your body is relatively calm, low cortisol, controlled movement, minimal sudden changes in energy. In one sense, this is exactly what a cat wants. In another sense, something is missing. Avoidantly attached people can miss their cat's bids for connection. A slow blink, a tail raised in greeting, a chin pressed against a hand. These are invitations. The avoidant person often doesn't register them, or registers them too late. The cat eventually stops initiating. Research from the University of Lincoln found cats with emotionally unavailable owners showed higher stress indicators even when the environment was otherwise calm. Your cat may seem more independent. They may be described as aloof. They are not aloof. They have adapted to your rhythm. If what you're hearing is landing, subscribe. New video every Thursday. The next one goes somewhere you might not expect. Number 4, disorganized attachment. Disorganized attachment is the least talked about and the most complex. It develops when the people who are supposed to provide safety were also a source of fear. It leaves the nervous system without a coherent strategy. The person with disorganized attachment can swing between intense closeness and sudden withdrawal, not because they want to, but because their nervous system hasn't found a stable baseline. Love and fear got wired together. For cats, unpredictable energy is the hardest thing to read. Not loud, not quiet, unpredictable. A cat can learn a loud household. A cat can learn a quiet one. What they cannot predict, they cannot relax into. If this is your style, and you recognize it, your cat still has something to tell you. They haven't given up. They are still there, still watching, still offering contact when your nervous system allows it. cats are extraordinarily patient with disorganized attachment. They don't take the withdrawal personally. They come back every time. Here is the part that matters most. Whatever your attachment style, your cat has already formed a bond with you inside it. Not despite it, inside it. The bond exists in the nervous system, in the scent memory, in the pattern of who arrives and who waits. Research consistently shows that cat ownership changes attachment patterns over time, not dramatically, but measurably. Anxious people become slightly better at tolerating distance. Avoidant people become slightly better at tolerating contact, because the cat always meets them where they are, and then slowly, patiently, pulls them a centimeter further. This is not a metaphor. This is what co-regulation does over months and years. The physiological literature is clear. Petting a cat for 10 minutes measurably lowers cortisol, not just in people who feel good, in people who feel terrible. Your cat is doing something to your nervous system that no therapy session, no conversation, no amount of self-awareness fully replicates. So, I want to ask you something, and I want you to think about it for a second before you answer. When your cat comes to you, when they seek you out across a room, or settle against you in the night, or press their face against your hand, what do you do? Do you let it land? Or do you immediately reach back so that the cat's arrival becomes something you manage rather than something you receive? That gap between receiving and managing, that's where your attachment style lives. Your cat already knows which one you do. They've been watching you do it for months. They have data you don't have about yourself, and they have never once used it against you. Every morning, your cat reassesses. This is what I know. This is who I'm dealing with. This is where I'll position myself today. It's not judgment. It's love with data. And what the research actually shows, regardless of your style, is that the bond you have with your cat is doing something real, something that no other relationship fully replicates. Because your cat chose you inside the full complexity of who you are. Not the curated version, the real version, and they're still there. In the comments, I want to know, which style do you think you have? And how does your cat respond to it? Because I think what comes up in that comment section will tell us both something we didn't already know. I'm SoftWired. And your cat already knows what you're going to find out next week.